were out in Detroit the last 2 nights.
I was.
Long nights, late nights.
Very much. I was
And
on the late shift.
Late shift. You
known
have
as
to
the
stay
irrelevant shift.
the irrelevant shift. You have to stay hydrated. Important on a long night like that. But I have to ask, what was this in your CNN mug there? That is a weird color.
The blue one?
Yeah.
Rocket fuel.
Rocket fuel. Were you guys? Do you finish up the night with just a large Jello shot?
Yes. But there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. So what was your takeaway? Obviously, it seems as though this will be, ideally, I will say, for both me and you, the last time we have to split it into two. Maybe it'll be 10 or less coming into the September debates.
Has to be.
Has to be.
People are going to have trouble making the thresholds. One of the interesting ironies is that everybody says you have to take money out of politics. You have to take money out of politics. The main measure of whether or not you make the next round is how much money you raise between now and then. So we have problems. But you're going to see that field get smaller.
Yeah, it will get it did seem like one of the things people were talking about is how you have your centrist candidates, you have your progressive candidates, and it seemed like last night Joe Biden, to some degree, was defending Obama's record a great deal, particularly in regards to immigration and in regards to health care. Do you find that surprising?
No, because I think this party does not have its head right. I think that, not a joke. Good, I'm glad you didn't take it as one. I have to work on the closing argument. We do the closing argument every night on the show. And I'd love your help. You can go on social media, find me. I'd really love your help. I want to do tonight the questions for the Democrats. My first question is, why are you doing this? What is this? What were you doing? Is it, I know more about health care that I can title differently than your plan that's almost the exact same as my plan, but I won't explain it that way because I'm not really sure what it is? Is that the why?
Right.
And if we applaud, but it's like true. You know what I mean? It's like, oh wait, that is my new health care plan. Why? When you know that the person that you will take on if you get the nomination is the President of the United States, is one of the most fearsome politicians in a generation, and has already said, I will tell you what my plan is for health care after the election.
Yeah.
So you're not going to have a granular policy debate. And even if you were, you should still right now be obsessed with convincing Americans that you understand what they're experiencing right now, why it is unacceptable to them, and why they are desperate for better. 2 reasons. 1, that's what beat your ass the last time, is your inability to do that. And that's what we need as leadership. But I don't see it on the stage. I didn't see it either night. And I watched the whole time.
I also watched the whole time, and, I did think it got really in the weeds on healthcare, but in their defense, that was, right off the bat, those were the questions. I think it's very hard when it's immediately framed like, to Kamala, Joe Biden said this about your healthcare plan, and then it's, Kamala said this about your healthcare plan. It does seem like, do you feel as though there should be more room for candidates at debates to talk about what you're talking about, as opposed to the fact that it immediately drills down and, hey, now we're talking about this? Define your plan versus the other.
Well, 2 answers, just in case one doesn't work. The first answer is, on your show, you're told very clearly, if you don't answer what Seth tells you, you will never be on this show again.
Very clearly, yes.
All right. We don't do that in my business. So you know what happens a lot, and this is really going to shock you. We ask questions, and they don't answer them.
Yeah.
And so they make the choice. All you do, look, we're both good friends with Jake Tapper.
Yeah.
Who I believe is, without question, one of the smartest people in the business. He was with Dana Bash and this guy named Don Lemon.
Yeah.
And
new kid on the block.
Yeah. I'm in a cab in Detroit. This guy turns around and goes, I recognized your voice. You're Chris Lemon. So, at least let me know, well, we're not that far away from understanding that black and white can get along because you confused me with a black guy. So great. So here's the thing. We ask them the question. They do what they will with the opportunity. Jake, Dana, and Don, they provide the opportunity. Here's the subject matter. You don't have to go granular on me. You don't have to tell me what the middle class is going to do because you can't know how you're going to get it done. You don't know what the state of play will be. You don't know who the players will be. You don't know if you'll have both houses of Congress or not. So why be in the extreme of how you'll get something done when you know people don't believe it's going to go that way? You're missing opportunities to connect with them about what their anxieties are. And you're creating something that we can't understand.